So the Proud Family is back, people. I watched it. Let's talk about it. What is going on, people? You just joined the abomination. So y'all know the Proud Family, right? Yeah, we grew up with it. We loved it. It was amazing. It was dope. True representation or whatever. They've come out with a continuation, the Proud Family Louder and Prouder. Now, I've been going back and forth about whether or not I want to watch it based off of some things that I've seen, changes that I think should not have been made. But it seemed like at its core, it was still the Proud Family. So I will be watching this show in its entirety and giving you guys my thoughts and my opinions. So on this video, we can start with episode 1. Now I'm going to say, or I'll speak on the positives first before I get into the negatives. Because honestly, I did enjoy the show. I found myself laughing way harder in the original. Nonetheless, this one still definitely comedic. It does not forget what it is at its base, which is a cartoon, and all the comedic elements seen in the old one, you see those now, but it's trying to be more modern. Use some of the language that I guess kids or younger people today use. But Oscar is still yelling Trudy and doing, the shit that he doing. Sugar Mama still abusing them, and she hilarious as ever. Trudy is still a strong woman, a true lioness, and handling things, handling her motherly things as well as like the financial stuff and some other things. But Trudy is a woman amongst women. She's a beast, and Oscar is blessed to have her. Puff is still in there, although Puff doesn't seem any older. Uncle Bobby, he still, pops in from time to time when he ain't doing his thing. And then you got BB and Cece, who are toddlers now. Oscar's still working hard or working on his what he wants to do, create the Proud snacks, the best Proud snacks, and get more money than Wizard Kelly. But nonetheless, he's still a creator, trying to create and putting everything he can with a supportive woman by his side and loving family. So again, at its core is everything that we want Proud Family to be. I appreciate them for doing that with this show and not going in a crazy direction or whatnot. Penny still has her friends. It's pretty much still about Penny as the main character. But her relationships with her family as well as her friends, Dejanay, Zoe, La Cienega. Unfortunately, no Sticky, but this new guy, Michael. When I said the show understands what it is, which is a cartoon, you still see the comedic aspects of it. It's not trying to be real, super real or anything. There's a talking animals to a certain degree is back. There's this part where La Cienega face gets ripped off for some reason. Sugar Mama and all the abuse she giving Oscar, all the different ways she handling him, like that's still in there. So it's still funny, it's entertaining, it's still a cartoon, but it does talk about or mention mature themes or life or situations that would come about from the perspective of a young adult. Most people come back in their original roles as voice actors. Some don't, some have been changed. But nonetheless, I feel like the feeling is still there initially from what I'm seeing from this first episode. As far as negatives of the show that I could speak on or mention, back to Sticky not being there, that's definitely an issue of mine. Not only is Sticky not there, it seems like he's been replaced by Michael, which I have an issue with because we're grown, since we're in this time of all this representation and whatnot. Well, Sticky was the representation that I wanted in my show, that was always there. The smart, the straight smart dude and attractive. So he had to deal with Dejanay coming after him, but other instances in high school where he was liking a girl or whatnot. But just a character there to tell that story. But they bullshitted it with his dad got a job in Japan and he went with him because he tired of Dejanay. That's it. So you write this character out to bring in Michael, who was played by Irvin Johnson III, Magic Johnson's son, who was not in the original cast, but he's here now to play a character who was already here, who already has a voice actor, and he's on the main team. So he's right next to Penny. He's on the squad. Now, before you say I have an issue with him being, or his character Michael being whatever he is, I don't think they've specified, but just his flamboyant, feminine, like drag type of look or whatever that is. I have no issue with that because that character was already that in the original Proud Family. They had a whole episode about him being like a sissy boy, being a sissy and feminine, and his father, you know, not even wanting him to acknowledge him as his father in public. So like all of those things was already there. So I just see this as this character coming into himself, just like we have to see the other girls do. I have no issue with that, but why does Sticky have to be out of the picture for that to happen? For people who want to claim that Sticky is not in it because Orlando Brown was on some dumb shit, so they couldn't get the same voice actor. Well, again, Michael is not being played by his original voice actor, and I'm sure there are other characters in here that are not played by their original voice actors. So that's definitely not an issue for them. They could have easily gotten some guy that sounds similar to Sticky and put him right there, and then bam, you know. Some people would have complained, but it wouldn't have affected the story overall. It wouldn't have had any weird messaging surrounding it. It would have just been a business decision. But it's voice acting. Who cares, you know, who's behind the voice? As long as it's a good voice. As long as the voice is believable. Why is the depiction of black men in the forefront? So far from what I'm saying is Oscar, who I feel like is a great example. Hey, he's trying to, you know, work at what he loves and trying to see that succeed. And he's struggling a bit, but he has a wonderful woman right next to him. And then Sticky, who is, again, a young dude who's smart, intelligent, handsome, trying to find his way. He's got girls who are his friends, not necessarily girlfriends, showing that young men, you can do that. You don't have to have sexual feelings for every girl you encounter or trying to be touching on them or whatnot. So that's an important character that I feel is disrespectful when you highlight one to take out another. But I don't want to get stuck on that. Although it does feel real disrespectful and kind of one-sided. And yes, Sticky could come later on in the show, but I mean, the damage is kind of already done, and whatever narrative agenda you're trying to push, you made sure to do that in the beginning, but make up for it in the end. So to you, you know, from your perspective. But anyway, there are some other good things about this show. Let me get into that. Okay, let me talk about the main cast. Dejanay is still Dejanay. She a little chunkier. She going after Sticky, but he's not there. So then she like, all right, let me go after this new dude, kind of, or whatever. Whatever she can get her hands on, she there. Sure, you can call it stereotypical of like this ghetto female and thotting it out and whatever, but I mean, hey, that's true representation. It happens. That's her. You got La Cienega, her Hispanic friend, who puberty hit her for the worst, you know, so her pretty girl days are over, seemingly, for the most part. But I mean, she can't really take the jabs at Penny and the rest of the squad like she do, just because she ain't got the looks to back it up. So you see her dealing with that and trying to be hidden, but she's still on the squad. Zoe, still smart, still tall, still lanky, but she know who she is. She cool with it. She make the most of it. Love Zoe. And Sugar Mama is still doing her thing with Poppy. They just came off vacation, and he letting you know he was drunk the whole time. That's how he dealt with it. Cool, I'm with it. I appreciate that. On the girls' way to go to Sticky house to see what he about, see what he doing, they encounter the Gross Sisters, who are still the Gross Sisters. They just trying to be a rap group now. Hey, more power to them. They did have some skill. They just trying to figure out how to do it legit. So they trying to do it in the rap game by, hey, hustling. You know, I ain't mad at them. They still ashy. They in high school now, but don't know how to put on lotion. Hey, representation. That was there. We know ashy folks in school, or folks hygiene wasn't it. Hey, whatever. So the Gross Sisters still the Gross Sisters. I think Nubia doing a little bit too much because she's real animated. And she was just like, look, we're gonna jack you, fool. and you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna do nothing about it. And if you do, we gonna handle you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we gonna get our money. Yeah, the Gross Sisters were also like promoting this rapper who was, I feel like, a perfect depiction of these new rappers, these lils that ain't got no real rap talent or don't take it as seriously as it should, as an art form. And then you got the ones who are not black that come along and take advantage of that. But they not no Eminem. They not skilled. They not doing it respectfully. They just trying to creep on the come up. So yeah, so they got a rapper like that in here, which he was entertaining. You know, I get a show props for knowing what it is and doing what it do. So the house that Sticky moved out of, now some new people live there, which is this new character. I think his name was Kenny or some shit. I don't know. Him and his sister Maya, who Penny is trying so hard to please for some reason. I don't know. I understand you trying to make folks like you in high school or be cool or whatnot, but she already got her own squad. So I just don't see why she trying so hard to get this girl to like her. I'm not trying to, I guess I could spoil it, because if you hear, look, I'm gonna give spoilers. I ain't trying to do all that catering to y'all type stuff. If you want to watch it, go watch it. I already told you, like, you know, I like stuff about it. Go watch it if you want to. But the character Maya, like I said, Penny's trying real hard to try to get her to like her. They end up like breaking into a zoo to try to get a panda out, which the panda don't want to be out, and the panda just sung a whole song and telling Maya, like, look, I got, you know, TV, I got free food, I got honeys everywhere, like, they making me mate, come on now. Like, he like, oh, and then she's still trying to force him out. So like, that character, I'm just not really liking her right now. She's doing too much, and Penny was doing too much to try to please her. But then Penny ended up was like, fuck this, you know what I'm saying? I got my own friends, why I'm trying to, you know. Penny actually came to her senses, which I like. So Penny ended up going back to the dance. Oscar did his thing, but the girls ended up dancing with the boys. Michael ended up grabbing a random dude that, you know, maybe they've been flirting in school, but we didn't see that. But anyway, Michael grabbed this dude grabbing on his waist, and that's happening. And that's pretty much it. Show's over. Entertaining, yes. Do I have some issues with it? Yes. I think you should watch it. That's really on you. I'm watching it. This series or these videos is sponsored by my homie. So I will keep them coming in order to give y'all my honest perspective, my review, my thoughts on this show, and bring awareness to anything that I see in it that's alarming, or just making sure I do my part to stop the mind control and the brainwashing in as many minds as I can. But that's all I got for you people. Those are my thoughts on this show. I'm about to watch this next episode, let y'all know how I'm feeling. And I've already seen some alarming stuff in there. Nonetheless, like this video if you agree with me, if you like my opinion, if you just care to hear my opinion, if you appreciate me spending this time with y'all, making this video. Leave a dislike if you disagree with my opinion, if you think it's garbage. If you think I shouldn't even have a platform to say the things that I'm saying. And if those buttons are not enough, leave a comment down below and tell me how you really feeling. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Do you love this show and you can't wait to eat up even more of it? Do you think I'm looking for shit that's not even there and it's just as simple as it being a cartoon and I need to enjoy it? Put that down there. But regardless, you want to hear me keep talking, subscribe to the channel.
So I'm not sure I get you.
Give me a real fight. Come on.
You all right, boy?
Any of you guys read that chapter in The Art of War about misdirection?